Welcome back. It is Monday, January 2nd in the NBA. My 5 favorite picks are on the way. Let's recap yesterday. 2-0 day. We will take that. Nikola Jokic is over in points. Harrison Barnes over in points. Both get it done. We did have Giannis over, but he was voided as he did not play. Back to our winning ways. We love to see that. A great way to ring in the new year. If you are new, my name's Austin. Welcome to the Call in Our Shot community. Do me a favor. Go down below. Hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 100K subscribers this year. If you hit that subscribe button, you'll hit just closer and closer to that number. Also drop a like too. This video brought to you guys by Underdog Fantasy. If you're looking for a place to bet your player prop parlays, look no further than Underdog Fantasy, a great place to bet those parlays. But also, if you sign up using our code COS or the link down below, you get a 100% deposit match on your first deposit. You deposit $50, now you get 100 to bet on it. Deposit 100, now I got 200. Take advantage of it. I'll have my favorite underdog parlay later on in this video. Make sure you sign up using code COS or the link down below. Today is a great day. We got 5 picks, including the return of the best bet of the day. You guys have asked for it. It is back. Had a couple weeks off, but it's back for the new year. Starting with this guy, James Harden, over 30.5 points plus assists, minus 120 on points bet. Totally playable at 31.5. If you need an individual line, I like points the most, which will be in my underdog parlay a little bit later. Now, if you're curious what the heck's the best bet of the day, the best of the day is something we put more money on. So we're putting 1.5 units on this. So if you have a unit size, it's normally about 1% of your bankroll. We'll put more than that on this pick. So if this one hits, that's what we love to see. Now, that's not saying go out and put 25 units on it. No, I didn't say that. 1.5 units. The rest of the plays will be 1 unit plays. So just a smidge better. It's my favorite pick of the day. Now, let's talk about Harden in the Sixers at home taking on the Pelicans. Now, they just played the Pelicans a game ago. Harden went under this line. He had 20 points and 10 assists. But you look at it a little, so he had 30 combined, just under the hook. You look a little bit closer at that game, Harden attempted just 8 field goal attempts, and he didn't have a single point or assist or shot attempt in his final 7 minutes of playing time. Yeah, I don't really know if that's going to happen ever again for Harden. I think he attempts more shots, and I like that they're at home. Now, he has a great track record against the Pelicans. He had 41 and 42 points plus assists versus them last season. If you look at his time on the Rockets, he crushed it almost every single time. And Harden, like I said, at home, averaging 33.7 points plus assists. Tyrese Maxey is back, but probably still comes off the bench in this one. And either way, Tyrese Maxey is a guy that gives him a good assist guy. There's another guy for the other opposing defense to worry about. Harden over this line at 8 of 11 home games. He has 12 plus field goal attempts in all 11 home games, including averaging 16.5 field goal attempts. Like I said, only 8 field goal attempts last game. Then he had a game off. I think he's back to his shooting ways. I think he scores a lot, probably puts in 10, 12 assists. You never really know with Harden. I love him. He could hit this over in just points alone. That's why he is the best of the day. He's returning. Hopefully he gets this over 30.5 points plus assists. Like I said, individual line. I like his points. You can go with his assists too. Hopefully he crushes it. Now let's move on. We got 4 more picks. Let's dive into them real quick. Anthony Edwards, love is over 24.5 points, minus 120 on FanDuel. If you notice, the books are juicing things up today. I don't mind any of the plays that I talked about, probably up a point. So I'll put that playable 2 number below the pick as always. And I play this up to 25.5. And this line's going to be at 25.5 by close. So you're getting great value if you're getting it at 24.5 because the last 8 games, Edwards averaging 29.1 points per game, scoring 27, not just 25, which is what we need to hit this over, 27 plus in 7 of those 8 games. His lone miss, he scored 23 in. How's he scoring so many points? Well, one, he's attempted 21.4 field goal attempts per game over that time span because they don't have Karl Anthony Towns, and he shot 20 plus times in 7 of 8 games. So the volume's there. He's also not settling for a ton of threes, which is sometimes my critique of Anthony Edwards. He settles for threes, only 7.5 attempted per game over these last 8. Just a lot, but still only 7.5. He sometimes attempts that when he's only attempting like 15 field goal attempts. Also getting to the rim, getting some free throws, 6.8 free throw attempts the last 8 games. And look, Edwards, being aggressive, attacking the rim, and that's exactly what we want against the Nuggets, a team that really struggles against opposing guards. Now, the Timberwolves are 3.5-point underdogs. Their over-unders 232.5. The Nuggets are coming off a back-to-back. They have to travel for this one to Minnesota, so maybe their defense is a little bit lackluster. I expect Jamal Murray back, but we just saw the Nuggets big-time win against the Boston Celtics. Pretty good spot for a letdown, but I still do think the Nuggets can stay in games and don't blow out or don't get blown out. They normally don't do a lot of blowing out, especially on the road, but we just saw them give up 30 points to Jaylen Brown, 25 to Jason Tatum, who actually struggled in that second half, and they're still down. Look at the Timberwolves, down Karl Anthony Towns, he's out. Jordan McLaughlin, their backup point guard, out. Torian Prince out too. So Edwards going to see a lot of minutes versus the Nuggets team, allowing the 2nd most points per game to point guards, the 8th most points per game to shooting guards. Now, obviously, I think D'Angelo Russell has a pretty good game, but you look at the last week, we've seen Jaylen Brown score 30 against them. Tyler Hero, 26. Malik Monk, 31 or 31 points. You saw De'Aaron Fox, 31 points. I mean, look, these guys have been crushing it. Even Landry Shamet had 31. I think I have a typo with Malik Monk on there. But either way, you see 18 of the last 25 players with 18 or more field goal attempts versus Denver have hit this over, scoring 25 points. If you want to ladder it up, 17 of those 18 players that hit the over scored 30 plus. So maybe Mr. Anthony Edwards is on pace for 30 today. 18 of the last 20 players with 20 or more field goal attempts versus Denver hit this over. Look, Anthony Edwards going to have to be shooting a lot tonight for this Minnesota Timberwolves team, and I anticipate him to get into the hoop, getting some free throws, knocking down some shots. The Wolves lost 6 straight games. T-Wolves got to step up here. They're only 3.5-point underdogs. Maybe they win this game. They probably aren't winning it unless Anthony Edwards is having a pretty good game. Hopefully he's back. We're shooting it a lot in the new year. We'll take Anthony Edwards over in points. Let's keep it moving to the guy on my shirt. Arguably the hottest guy. No pause on that one in the NBA. Over 50.5 PRAs, points, rebounds, and assists for Mr. Luka Doncic, minus 125 on DraftKings. Like I said, the books are being annoying. You got some books at 51.5 at more juice for this play. I don't mind Luka up to 52.5. We're expecting him to continue his dominance because Luka has been too hot to fade him right now. And look, the last 5 games, woof! 45.6 points per game, 11.2 rebounds per game, and 10.2 assists per game, averaging 67 PRAs. Now, look at that stretch. He's at 68, a game of 50, 91, 60, and 66 PRAs. So going over in 4 of 5 games, that included 2 games against the Rockets, who he again plays today. We had 60 and 68 PRAs. Now, these PRA lines are super high to hit, super high, and it's hard to hit these ones, but Luke has been too good, and I expect him to continue his dominance. The Mavericks on the road, so maybe the role players for Dallas don't show up as well. Granted, it's Dallas to Houston, so not a big road change, but different locker room, different kind of thing like that. Mavericks are still shorthanded, so still missing Dorian Finney-Smith. Still missing Maxi Kleber. Still missing Josh Green. So we've seen Luka playing a lot of minutes. And if his other players are struggling, Luka's just going to go out there and try to carry this team. Now, I don't expect the Rockets to make a lot of defensive changes. In fact, Luka scored 50 points against them, and then he scored 35 the next game on less volume. So maybe the Rockets try to do something different, but it's hard to stop Luka. He's going to have the ball in his hands nonstop. He can get to the free throw line, whether he's flopping or not. I don't care. He can get to the free throws and get it done. Look, Luka's been way too hot. I think the Rockets actually have a good chance at covering this game at 7.5-point underdogs. And so if they can keep it close, Luka's been starting the fourth quarter. He's been going berserk, and I'm going to keep riding with him as long as this Mavericks team is a little short-handed. So we'll take his over. 50.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I don't mind his points over, but it's like 33.5. If you want to take his rebounds and assists over, don't mind that either. Let's keep it moving to another guy I love, Zion Williamson. I like his over, 26.5 points, minus 111 on FanDuel. You can take this up to 27.5. I don't know if it gets there, but I do think Zion has a pretty good game. Let's talk about him, though. Coming off one of his worst games of the season against the Memphis Grizzlies when he scored just 20 points, 6 for 16, shooting below 40%, and 9 turnovers. Yeah, I expect him to play a little bit better in that game. And we know the Grizzlies, a team that's great at defending opposing guys that love to drive to the rim. We look at a guy like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He struggled against Memphis. Not a surprise to see Zion struggle. They got Steven Adams in the paint, but also Jaren Jackson Jr. coming over from the weak side to help. Now, you look at Zion. They just played the Sixers team. They're on the road in Philadelphia. I think they're going to need him even bigger. And he just scored 36 against the Sixers. Has a great track record against them in his 2 career games and went 13 for 19 from the field, 10 for 16 from the free throw line. So, look, he was dominant. And we look at it, Brandon Ingram's still out. Larry Nance, one of his backups, still out. And CJ McCollum's line, we took him last time they faced the Sixers. He scored 42, yet he saw his line drop. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and it just feels like Zion is going to be needed here to carry this Pelicans roster over the hump in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if the Pelicans lose this, but they're going to need Zion out there for a good amount of time, and if they're losing, Zion plays a little bit more, and the Sixers defense gets worse with Harden back in the lineup, Maxey back, 2 guys that I don't really consider to be great defenders, but also with Harden, and guys know, I don't bet a lot of 2 times in the same game, but I think both these 2 guys with Harden and Williamson have a great chance, and at the end of the day, Harden's back, so he's going to push the pace a lot more possessions for the other team. Zion has played in 16 games this year without Brandon Ingram, averaged 28.9 points per game, going over in 10 of 16. He also had 5 games. The 6th one was the last one he went under. The previous 5 games he went under. The next game he hit the over, and every single time scoring 27, 33, 29, 31, and 43 points. Zion's not shooting below 40% like he did last game. He should be again feasting in his first game in 2023. We'll ride to Zion Williamson, the beast. We'll take his over. 26.5 points. You can take it up to 27.5. Hopefully he drops 30 today on PJ Tucker and Joel Embiid and all those guys. Now my final play of the day. This one could change, but look, we're not going to add any plays today. This is the final one you're getting from me. LaMelo Ball over 38.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Minus 121 on Caesars. Now, look, if your book has over minus the 130 juice on this, I'd take it up to 39.5. If you want to go any higher, good luck. Now, LaMelo's over in points or assists as the individual leg I would probably take, but I like his over in points probably the most. And at the end of the day, I take PRAs for a guy like LaMelo because he can go out there and get a triple-double, and that makes hitting this a lot easier than if you just take a points line and he doesn't shoot well, but he gets like 12 assists. So we look at LaMelo and the Hornets at home taking on the Lakers. Now, we know the Lakers, They haven't been great defending, and we get looking at an over-under at 240.5. So they're expecting a lot of points, and honestly, LaMelo's a good shooting night away from dropping 30-plus points and making this a no-sweat bet. He's going to at least get 9 rebounds and assists, I would hope, knock on wood. And look at the last 8 games. LaMelo averaged 25 points per game, 8.5 rebounds per game, and 7.9 assists per game. That's 41.4 PRAs. He's gone over this line in 7 of 8 games. His lone miss was a game he had 36 PRAs versus the Warriors. This line might be close, but I don't see the Lakers blowing him out. I also don't see the Hornets blowing out the Lakers, and this should be a back and forth game with not a lot of defense. And at home during that stretch, a lot of those games have been on the road, but at home, 41 and 46 PRAs. He's averaged 21.6 field goal attempts during that span. And Kelly Oubre, a guy that ain't afraid, he's never seen a shot he didn't like, is out for this game. So we're going to see a lot more field goal attempts opened up, and maybe Dennis Smith Jr. comes back, but he hasn't played in over a month and a half. So it's going to see that LaMelo Ball show, fast up and down game. Even if Pat Bev is on him, I don't care. In his last game versus the Lakers just last week, LaMelo, 23 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. Kelly Oubre played in that game, only shot 40% from the field, 9 for 22. He's going to have a crazy high usage rate, going to play a lot of minutes, and at the end of the day, it's LaMelo Ball. He can go out there, and if he shoots well, which he has not shot well over the last, 8 games, he still is not shooting well, like 40% from the field. If he shoots well, he could easily hit this over in just points basically alone. He's due like a 30-point game. Maybe he gets that tonight against the Lakers. I'm riding with LaMelo. It's my final play of the day. Now, I'll pull up the full card so you can take a screenshot of it. Let's go 5-0. Of course, I'll have my underdog parlay right now. And it's for the people. I'll put my underdog parlay, as always. Sign up for underdog using code COS or the link down below in the description. We certainly would appreciate it. You can bet $5 on this. You win over 100. And also, if you get that deposit match, take advantage of it. I'm saying it's free money. Take advantage. Now, of course, I don't have any unders. And for the people that are like, I don't have more unders. Like, I don't see a lot of value in unders right now. That's my soapbox. I don't see a lot of value in unders. A lot of these teams don't care about playing defense right now. A few select teams do, like the Raptors sometimes play defense, and sometimes the Celtics do. But at the end of the day, I think unders are much more valuable post-All-Star break. So post-All-Star break in about a month and a half, you'll see me take a lot more unders. Problem is I don't see a lot of defense being played these days, so I'm not taking unders at the moment unless there's a very good value spot. So those are my 5 plays. You can see it. The only one that's different is James Harden's over and just points. They don't have points plus assists. I don't really care. I'll take his points. I think he drops 25 tonight, and those are my favorite plays. I got the full card. I'll put it back up. That's what we're riding with. Let's go 5-0. Time to shout out some COS All-Stars and get on out of here. If you want to support the channel, go down below, become a COS All-Star, hit that join button. Only $2.99 a month. You get all of our plays early. Take advantage of it. Going with these ones. Jeff, we got Andre, Rahul, Jalen, the Golden Weenus. Love it. RAXRX, don't know, Stack Founded, Flashpoint. We got Trinity, Debo, Raphael, Arnon, Talk to Tackett. We got Matthew, George, John, Frank, Devin, Jess, Christopher, Lucas, Kayvon, Zhao, Michael, Guns and Beer, love it, Tony, Mason, Jesse, Don, Ken Haven, Jeff, Michael, Joey, Bartos, and Robert. You guys are awesome. 2023 is our year. We haven't lost an NBA pick all year long. Let's stay dialed in. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let's go 5-0. I'll see you guys back in tomorrow morning. Peace out.